All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Lord's will this lesson will be edifying, as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. And to Wadiyah, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, keep them financially dependent. All right. And pretty much I want to go into the system that we are surrounded by. Not only is it set up, okay, not only is it rigged, but you have to understand that that old saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This is all a plan and a ploy, ultimately to keep people depending on Babylon, depending on Esau, so that when they institute this new form of regulations that society is going to have to abide by, okay, people are not going to be so reluctant to a degree because they are going to want the benefits that he is dangling over them. All right. So as you see, Babylonians struggling now more than ever, financial woes, things of that nature. This is all by design. Okay. Inflation by design, money by design. Okay. I was actually talking to a brother last night, and, we were talking about how the prices of food in the 1920s was very cheap. Like this burger cost 29 cents. All right. Let me show you this. All right. So who else remembers when McDonald's ran the 29-cent burger in the 90s? But you have to understand, when you see items very cheap back then, you have to understand there wasn't as much money in circulation like today back then. So this is just a perfectly corrupt pool money chain to keep everybody grabbing, snagging, pulling, needing, and dreaming for more. So this is all but a design. Okay, now real quick, this is Proverbs 22 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So everybody's in a state of mourning right now because Esau, Edom, has a very crushing, cruel currency that everyone needs to continue to receive benefits. Okay, now we are not drunk off of the benefits. We use the world. Okay, we do not abuse the world, but right now, because Jake is under curses, he is abusing the world. Okay, he's abusing the benefits from the powers that be. So they're so dependent on Esau. This is why it says, woe to you that go down to Egypt for help, because Egypt is helping. Okay, you can actually get welfare from Esau. You can get free money for food. You can get free shelter. You can get health insurance. You can get things from this man. But remember, the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Okay, so he's keeping people in a lower state so that they can keep going back to him. It's like a drug dealer, where they keep this person on a fix so that they keep crawling back. And you know what that's ultimately going to lead to? Them crawling to him to accept the Motb so that they can continue to stay somewhat afloat while the rest of their body is submerged in this financial crisis of Babylon. But they're gonna look at the Motb as a life raft, as a way to get out of this, as a way to help. This is why the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Okay, and when you go into this word, let me show you something real quick. It says, when the people rejoice, look at this. The ultimate people that are going to rejoice are going to be the Israelites. Look at this. A people, specifically a tribe as those of Israel. See that? So when the righteous are in authority, we will be the first ones to rejoice over that. Just like when the wicked is in authority, we are the first ones to mourn over that because we are under the grunt of the punishment. So we have to go to him for want of all things. And then being in this low condition, you have to jump through the hoops that he's giving you so that you can get food, so that you can have a job, so that you can have a place to live or a vehicle to drive, so you can have a quote unquote leg up in society. But all you're doing is all you are is running last place in the rat race. Okay. And it's a very big thing that people are expressing their financial struggles right now, because this is a part of the plan. Okay, so look at this. According to multiple surveys, many Babylonians are struggling financially in 2024. It is August 7th, 2024, including middle-class Babylonians with those with lower incomes. And I always like to say, why does he always present a minimum wage, but he never presents jobs of maximum wage? He may do salary, but he's always giving you minimum wage opportunities. Okay. When you look at Babylon in its whole, Babylon does not present for the average people to be able to survive and keep up what Babylon's selling. Okay. While you're in hell, he dangles and sells heaven to you. Okay. This is what he does. That's why they call it window shopping. But when you keep this culture, when you keep this mindset, and people now are going to be used to this, then it's going to lead to them to accept whatever he's going to offer, as long as they can get the treats that come with it. So it is extremely wicked for Esau Edom to oppress the poor. Okay. It's extremely wicked that he made people poor. Then he capitalizes off of your poorness. And then now you keep going to him constantly because you cannot stop from being poor. Okay. This is Psalms 12:5. For the oppression of the poor. Let's actually look up the word oppression. Okay. Oppression. All right. I want to show you something here. I believe it's 2 S's. Yes. Check this out. And this is all going to lead into the Motb. You can see it. Okay. Look, oppression is cruel or unjust use of power or authority. You see that? All right. Cruel or unjust power. Watch this. Let's put mercy, wicked, cruel. That's a crazy combination of words, isn't it? Wicked, mercy, cruel. Let's put mercy, and then let's put cruel. Let's see what comes up. Okay, I don't want that one. Let's go here. Let's stop this one. Let's put I think it's Proverbs 12. I believe it's Proverbs, mercy of the wicked. Look at this. The mercy of the, what we say, Proverbs 12:10. It says, ASV, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. Now, has not Esau constructed the workplace after farm animals? Let me show you that. All right. I got a lot of fun facts for you. So give me a minute. Let's put this in the work. Let me see. How do I title it? The workplace constructed after farm animals. Let me see if that comes up. Animals. Let's see what happens. Workplace. Let's see. No, that's not. Let me put the culling. Okay, let's see what comes up. The culling. All right, that's not what I want either. I'm trying to figure it out. I looked this up. I can't remember how I worded it, but in my studies, I've found articles how Esau Edom has actually constructed society, the workplace, how he would domesticate animals. Okay, let's put the culling in the workplace. If it doesn't come up, it's fine. Let me see. Let's go here. Company culture. No, that's not what I want. Culling. Okay. I'm not going to spend too long. It came to mind. Let's see. Let's put society is ran like a farm. Let me try that. How society romanticized growing by the farm. Okay. Argument is a social and political philosophy that promotes substance agriculture. Okay. So none of this is really what I'm looking for. I guess I can go look it up, but actually I'll do this for you. What I did, let me put this in. Oh, because I got some YouTube things to show you too. So let's go like this. Let's put Let's put the great culling. Real quick. Just give me a minute. I'm going to show you this too. There's a whole culture of budgeting right now. And I was originally going to title this lesson, let me put the great culling GMS. Let's see what pops up. The great cull. Okay. It's not really coming up. Am I spelling it wrong? Culling. I know it's going into animals. Okay. Well, I did a video on it. No big deal. It's not coming up. I'm not going to waste too much time on it. Of course, I want it because I'm a man of visualization, but I don't want to spend too much time on this lesson. The great culling. Even the elders have gone into this. Okay. I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to leave it. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back where we were. Proverbs 12:10, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. Right. That's why I look up culling. Okay. Look that up. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. See that? So for Esau, if he's going to show mercy on you, it's going to be in a cruel manner. Okay. If you ever been down to like public assistance, if you ever been down to public housing, places where you have to go to receive benefits, it's a very low vibration. Everyone in there is through. They're angry. They're upset. But what you can see is these people are being pushed, bussed, and migrating and herded like animals. Okay, this is what he's doing. He's handling people like animals, and this is why Jake is being led as a flock to the slaughter. But that slaughter is coming to them because constructively he's kept them in a low, poor condition, so that when catastrophe happens, these people are not going to be able to self-sustain themselves. So they're going to need to go to him for the want of all things. And guess what he's going to give you? He's going to give you something cruel in the name of mercy. And let me see. What do we got here? Let me get this word for you. So I put in, keep them financially dependent. This was a word that just came to my mind. So it says financially dependency is when someone relies on another person for a significant amount of financial support, such as money, food, or clothes. This is the entirety, okay, of what lower middle class Babylonians have to deal with, starting with Jake. Okay, he keeps you financially dependent. All right, they constructed the work week. They made it to where you can get by, but you cannot get out of the hole that's already been dug. Okay, you have to understand that. This is why we're learning to be content with what we have, because you are not going to get rich off of Babylon's everyday rise and grind 9 to 5. Okay, and I believe it was a Ford who came up with that. Let me go like this. Who created the 40-hour work week? Yep, exactly. Yep, a Ford. Okay, let's try this. Let's put this in. Who created to get paid on Friday? Let's see this one. People used to get paid daily. What happened? Do you know there's a law on that? Do you know that we're actually supposed to get paid daily? Okay, and this is a very evil, wicked place for you to do your job, and then you have to wait bi-weekly or weekly. Okay, and you have to wait to the end of the week to get paid. That is created to keep you in a low position so you don't get a leg up in society, so you can keep depending on the wicked so he can give you mercy. But the mercy he gives you is cruel, but he's keeping you in this low condition. So when he presents next, everybody will be begging for it so they can still receive the prizes that they've been buying with the tokens that he gives you at the end of the week. Extremely wicked. But I'm telling you, keeping people poor, there's a reason behind it. Dude, let me show you this law. Actually, let's do NLT to make it an easier read. Do you know that? According to our law, you get paid daily. And that's another thing. When you look at hourly pay, and let's just say you get $20 an hour, but you just did all this work, and you say, I just fucking did all this work, and you're going to give me $20 for that? See, this place is completely wicked, okay? This is why Esau prides himself in something called salary, which that goes back to Rome. But he prides himself on salary because what salary does is it makes Esau think that no matter what, he's fine. He's okay. See, look, salary, compensation, payment. Give me Rome. There it is. There it is. Look, a dealer in saltfish, salt. See, it goes back to salt. Provisions for grain, wheat, corn. So you actually would get paid in salt back in the day, you know? Like now, they don't have jobs in Babylon where you can work and live. You know, it has a house for you. You know, you literally be working in Babylon and be homeless. Okay, I want to read this again. Okay, let's go here. What do we want to put in real quick? Okay, how many Americans are homeless with full-time job? Okay, let's look this up real quick. How many Babylonians are homeless? The truth is that many do. In fact, 2021 study from the University of Chicago estimates that 53% of people living in homeless shelters and 40% of unsheltered people were employed. So you can have a job in Babylon and still be homeless. There's another thing going on in Babylon, living in my car. You see that? You got people with full-time jobs. Look at this. How I live in my car. Look at this. And then look at a year ago. Look at living in my car tour a month ago. A typical day of living in my car 4 weeks ago. All right. Let's get more. Look what else they're doing. Eating for $5 a day from Dollar General. Eating a $21 a week Dollar General day. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. Look at this, man. This is the beginning of sorrows. And you mean to tell me the way that people are living in rationing right now? Oops. Living in rationing right now, okay? They're being slowly boiled to the point of overthrow. When this finally collapses, when this society finally goes down, he's going to leave these people in a position where they're going to be begging for a way out of it because they're trying to survive. Babylonians are trying to survive right now. $10 emergency budget meal plan. I originally was going to title this lesson "The Blanket of Budget," but what you see is this is all roads lead to the Motb. All right, got the damn pentagram here because they're Satanists. Look at this $10 general Dollar General meal 2 days ago. This is 2 days ago, and look at Jake. You mean, come on, man? This place is wicked. But he's got this construct set up perfectly so they will be willing and able. Deuteronomy 24:14, never take advantage of poor and destitute laborers. We are destitute laborers. All right. We are poor laborers. Let me say that. Okay. All right. The job that I do, you know, I'll go into the field of construction. I'll build something, inside, outside, whatever it is. But there's a certain price that you are to get paid for that. But you can work for a construction company and build someone else a house while you don't have a house. You can get maybe $19 an hour and it's taxed, and you still got to wait to the end of the week. Even though you already built this house, you still got to wait to the end of the week to get paid for it. That's wicked. Whether they are fellow Israelites or foreigners living in your towns, you must pay them their wages each day. See that? See that? So what this place does is it makes you work, it makes you labor, but it doesn't pay you the same day for your labors because it's all by design. This is a slow, crushing, crunching, cruel system that is wearing down the average working class Babylonians, and it wants to break these people. So when society does collapse, and people are in need of general things like food, water, shelter, you're going to need certain credentials to receive those benefits. Like now, okay? You can't get certain things without an ID, okay? Can you live without an ID card? Not having an ID can negatively impact access to services or benefits and the fulfillment of rights globally. 1 in 3 adults without an ID reported difficult in using financial services, receiving financial support from the government, applying for a job, voting in elections, blah, blah, blah. But what the point is, what you're looking at is seeing a very draconian system that's standing in front of you with a smile on and a skirt on in front and talking between a bulletproof glass window. And if you don't have the ID, then you can't get the benefits. So what you think next going to be? What's going to replace the ID? What's going to replace your identification? What are they going to implement you poor people that you're going to need to continue to survive in this sinking ship? Okay, so him keeping people poor is a very strategic plan to make them need him. Okay, Deuteronomy 24:15, you must pay them their wages each day. Well, this is an infraction of the law right here. They don't pay us now. Have there been rare cases? Yeah, there's rare cases where I'll work a job and I get paid on completion, but then in the same breath, for the same person I work for, they'll look at me like I'm crazy, telling me I got to wait on the Friday. Wait a minute. Why do I have to wait now till Friday, but every other time I've got paid on completion? See, that's what Babylon allows too. Okay, and all these people that are trying to get fake it to make it, and they're being wicked because Babylon allows, hey, they're gonna get judged, man. All these people here that are trying to be wicked to be rich, just like Babylon has done, they're gonna be found extremely guilty. Okay, because the scriptures say, "He that hasteneth to be rich will not be innocent." You must pay them their wages each day before sunset because they are poor and are counting on it. Do you know how many people are counting on a paycheck? Do you know how many people are counting on getting paid for the labor that they have put in? And at any minute, Babylon could say, the money's gone. The money's gone. We don't know what to do now. That's why it's going to cause a bank run. This is why I said the hands of the laborer shall be upon him. Let me snag that. Okay? The hand of the laborer. These people are about to snap, brothers. Job 20. Or is it Job 22? Or Job 20 and 22. Right here. I just want this. This is going to him being destroyed too. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiencies, he shall be in straits. Right. The rich man. Okay. They're ultimately going to be in straits in a path of difficulty because they're going to get so close to their new order of rule, but it will not come to pass. And then also, you're going to have what? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. What does this word wicked mean? Amal. It means laborer, workman. See that? The workman. What do you say? The working man is a sucker. Yeah, in the eyes of Babylon, the working man is a sucker, but not in the eyes of the Lord because we're working, okay? But in the eyes of Babylon, if you think your 9 to 5 is going to sustain you or get you in a position where you can be comfortable, you can go to Italy, you can get on a yacht, that's a lie, okay? These people have not woken up to the fact that the position that they're in Babylon, even though it may be comfortable at times, this comfortability was not permanent. This comfortability was to blind you, okay? It wants to blind you with pleasure so you have no idea he's robbing you blind. So he's keeping these people in a poor place so that when the next phase happens, they will need the government more than ever. This is what he's doing. He's taking away your independency and he's causing everyone to be dependent. It says, this can include friends, relatives, children, or spouses. Financial dependency can have negative effects on family relationships and the well-being of the dependent. It can also lead to power imbalances, increased vulnerability. See that? So these people are vulnerable because at any minute it can be over for them too. Okay? What was the fun facts we read? How many people are homeless that have a job? How many people are unsheltered that are employed? How many people are living out of their cars? How many people are doing budgets right now? Okay, 2 days ago. And then the food they're eating, I can't even defile bread, bro. Defile bread. But you can see when you collectively put all of this together and then you add in a new implantation, a new system for you to buy and sell with, And then the requirements you're going to need to be able to still buy. Oh, man. And you're already poor now. Oh, my goodness. These people are going to be bending over. They're going to be begging for it. Deuteronomy 24:15, you must pay them their wages each day before the sun set because they are poor and are counting on it. Right? Are we not counting on our money? But ultimately, we're counting on the Lord. If you don't, they might cry unto the Lord against you. Right? I'm quick to call on Yahweh Shemel Shai when I handle my business and financial aspect righteously and I'm being done unjustly. That is a major, major offense to me, okay? Especially when we're not niggering, we're not stealing, we're working truthfully, and they'll still try to get one over on you. This place needs to go. But we're seeing why it's like this, because ultimately it's going to lead to everyone saying they're going to need this mark. It says, and it will be counted against you as sin. So these people got sins against them. I believe we finished this, Psalms 12 and 5 again. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. So soon we're going to be delivered out this financial woes. But when witnessing all those around us, it's starting to close in on them. Okay, the walls are closing in on these people because people now are seeing no ticket, no skate. Babylon is a wicked carnival. Okay, it's a wicked cruise, and you need tokens to ride the rides. Otherwise, you're just walking around and looking at everybody else eating, laughing, drinking. But there's going to come a time where their laughing, eating, and drinking is going to stop as well because they're going to need something new to continue to eat, laugh, drink, play, he, ha, ha. Okay? Proverbs 22 and 16, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. So right now, there is a major unbalance to society right now. This is why it says, woe to the rich men. Let's grab that. Okay. Woe to the rich men. But the rich men are set up on the left-hand side to be the major pushers and shakers of this prophecy that we're salivating at, waiting for the Lord to ultimately institute this major prophecy. And people around the globe are in need, are in dire. Okay, you look at Ghana. All right, you look the Philippines. You look at these places, and you look at Colombia. Where else was I looking at the other day? Because I watched certain videos of people traveling around the world, and you look at the condition of other people or Jakes in other countries, and they're constantly saying we need the government's help. So how do you think the government's going to help you? They're going to help you with the Motb. James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. See that? Behold, the hire of laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. So we're crying right now, but we're crying to the Lord for help. But what's going to happen while the rest of the people are crying, which are not crying to the Lord, they're going to give something to relieve this feeling of turmoil. But what that mercy is going to do is put them in a worse position ever. He wants people to be homeless. He wants people to be poor. He wants people to need him. He's keeping you financially dependent on him. Okay, and I got to get that because you're subject. I'll go back to James, but I got to get this in verse 7. Okay, Proverbs 22 and 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. See, the borrower is servant to the lender, but the rich is ruling over us right now. But he has to keep it like this so he can stay in a position of power. Because if he's rich and you're rich, now you don't need him nor his riches. So he's gobbled up these riches to himself, and now he's throwing crumbs at you so you can keep biting along until he brings out something else that he wants you. It's like fishing. So he's giving you the bait to keep nibbling because he ultimately wants to catch you in this net. And that net is the mark. Okay? Go back to James. It says, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which I believe this is war. Let's go down and make sure. All right, quick edification. Let's go down here. So we don't have much more financial woes to deal with. Lord of armies, okay? The Lord of armies of Israel and those who are under the leadership and protection of Yahweh maintain his cause in war. See that? So we are crying to the Lord of armies. We are crying to the Lord that is the Lord of the armies of Yasharallah, all right? But this is all leading to the mark, okay? According to multiple surveys, many Babylonians are struggling financially in 2024, all right? Another bill, Americans can't afford. 30% of Babylonians can't afford emergency expenses. See that? Problems with the plan. Look at this. What's going on here? Why has there been a shift in Babylonians, and they are now struggling financially, but they say jobs and hiring is at an all-time high? Just because you have a job in Babylon does not mean that you're in a good case. See that? Over 53% of people are living in a homeless shelter that have jobs. 40% of these people are also unsheltered and they're employed, okay? So just because you have a job, that doesn't mean that you're in a good position. You take the money in one hand and then you give it to the other in this hand. People are literally submerged in a financial lake, a financial flood, and they're just nose, ears, eyes, and mouth is just above water so that they can show their face to that bank, so they can deposit that check, so they can send it back out to the rich, and the poor stay poor. So you add all these things up, and you mean to tell me these people ain't going to give into the mark of the beast? If they're budgeting right now, let me get that victual so cheap, because right now it's like, well, we can go to Dollar General, you know, right now. Well, we can go to Dollar Tree and we could budget a meal. See, this budgeting is only a budget till the budget breaks. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 21, because victuals, what are victuals? Food, okay? Look, victuals, let me get that. It's food. This is why he gives you cheap burgers sometimes. Look, food, nourishment, okay? So because people can budget right now, what is that? Because food shall be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. So because they can budget, because they can get a dinner for $5 or less. See that? Look at rice-a-roni, all this processed garbage, okay? All this processed garbage, look, extreme budgeting. So right now, Babylonians are budgeting, but because they're being able to survive off this budget plan, that makes them think that they're in a good case. But what happens when you sprinkle in a little bit of inflation? Does the scripture speak about inflation? Absolutely. Revelation is the 6th chapter. So what happens when not only inflation, but hyperinflation comes upon them, okay? Now let's go to verse 6. I could read this because it's two meanings. All right. The first is us in slavery, and the second is judgment coming. So I'll read it real quick. Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see," and beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. Now let's just look up this word balance real quick. I'm going to show you why it goes into us in slavery, but also into judgment. Okay, when you go into this word balances, let me see yoke, okay, yoke of iron, Deuteronomy 28. All right, see yoke. All right, look, bondage, slavery, okay, scales, and also scales go into what? Judgment, lady of justice, right? Now that we got that out the way, just for you to understand what the black horse represents, I want to show you what else the black horse is coming with. Check this out right here. Okay, so let's go into the NET. It says, then I heard something like a voice from among the four living creatures saying, a quart of wheat will cost a day's pay, but you don't even get to receive the payment of what you worked in that day, even though the law says so. The law says you're supposed to get paid for the same day you work, but Esau says, you gotta wait till Friday. You gotta wait till next Friday. But motherfucker, what is this? A Ice Cube movie? See that? So this is completely wicked that he slow draws you, and you gotta wait till Friday, the 1st or the 15th. You know how it is. See? This is all a part of the plan. This is all a part of the plan. Keep people poor, keep them dependent, so they will come crawling for whatever is next that you have. Okay? You want to get some welfare? You want to get some food stamps? Well, you got to have certain credentials to be able to be in that system. So what happens when they say for you to get this, you got to have that. If you want to get with this, you're going to get with that. NET, then I heard something like a voice from among the four living creatures saying, a quart of wheat will cost a day's pay. Well, the average pay on a day could be what, 100, maybe $200 a day? Maybe. That's called inflation, but not only inflation, hyperinflation. So what are people like this going to do when a wheat, okay, when a box of this, all right, what are they going to do? If they are budgeting right now with $5 meal, $20 meals, what are they going to do when this food goes up, even where it's cheap goes up? They're going to lose it. They're going to break. Eating a $3.88 a day, $35 lasted me 9 days. Oh my God. $35 lasted me 9 days. Well, what is $35 going to last you in the day of Jacob's trouble? In a day when the society collapses and a dollar is no longer the king to the people? Then what? Then what are these people going to do? What extremes will they turn to survive? NET, a quart of wheat will cost a day's pay, and 3 quarts of barley will cost a day's pay. But do not damage the olive oil and the wine. The olive oil and the wine is referring to the truth. Okay? But the point we want out of here is John saw inflation and hyperinflation. Okay, a quart of wheat. Matter of fact, let's do this. A quart of wheat. I just want to see what comes up. Let's go here and let's click here. Okay, so see that? Look at that. Look at that. See, you're going to need a lot of money. You're going to need a lot of shmoney. See that? You're going to need a lot of money just to get some ramen noodles. And that's another thing. Here it is. He's going to give you the mark so you can continue to buy and sell. And it's not like your ass is going to be getting any kind of new food. These people are still going to be buying ramen noodles, man. You know what I mean? So they're going to give away. They're going to be judged in the lake of fire just to eat in that moment. No, we're going to trust in the Lord. Okay? We're going to trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right? Look at that, man. See that? It ain't much. Okay, so where are we at here? Right here. It's 2nd Ezra 16:21. Behold, food shall be so good and cheap that we can budget, we can make it. Domino's, emergency pizza, right? That they shall think, don't lean on your own understanding, shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth. Right now, while they're budgeting, while they're living in their car, evils are multiplying. We see Amalek, we see Persia, we see pestilence, we see the Lord visiting the earth, and it's increasing. We're seeing riots and uproars. We're seeing things happen, but people are still trying to live in this nuclear family. Honey, I'm budgeting and we're gonna, no, Jacob's trouble's coming. And people that are trying to keep up with the Joneses, they're going to be the ones that are going to turn first. Okay. And it says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuck is happening, man. What do we have at? They're going to lose it. They're going to lose it. Hurry up, honey. Make the rice a roti. What about when they turn the gas off? What about when they control the water sources and then they dangle in front of you what you need to do so that you can get your rations? You see? Oh, man. So these people being poor right now is the perfect ploy. It's the perfect ploy, man. Okay. I'm just going through. I had a couple of precepts. I just want to make sure I got all the meat off the bone. Okay. I did want to also go into this because they're going to lose it. 2nd Ezra 15 and 19. It says, let's start at 18. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. See that? And for great tribulation. So if you have Edomites or Jakes or heathens that are going to be willing to destroy their neighbor's home for the lack of bread, what else will they do to be able to get bread? See that? So this is all by design. Struggling financially, adding more burdens to your payments, okay, keeping you in a state of digital slavery, okay? This is all leading to the Motb. Keep them financially dependent. See that? So, continue to stay content in Yahweh Shema Shai. Continue to have faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, because that's exactly who we're going to rely on for food, for water, for shelter, for abundance, while the rest of these people succumb to unimaginable actions just to survive. So, hey, I hope this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.